Good evening. Today we will discuss about life insurance. I invite the independent life insurance agent, Gary. Gary, why don't you introduce about yourself?
Yes, I'm happy to be here. My name is Gary Buenconsejo. I'm originally from the Philippines.
Oh, you're Philippines? Okay.
Yes. And I've been here in the States for about 30 years.
30 years, long time.
I have a family, my wife Gloria, and I have 3 kids, Kristen, Angelica, Mika, and Carlo.
Okay, good. And can you tell me about your background, about your profession?
Yes, before I started my insurance career, I used to work for a company as an engineering manager for 13 years.
So you was an engineer?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
And I, again, came to a point where I need to transition to something different, and I chose the financial service industry.
Okay.
And I've been an insurance professional for about 4.5 years ago.
Okay, good. Thank you. Gary, here is the situation in our community. You know, we Burmese not grew up with insurance.
Okay.
You know, in my country, you know, we not really focus about the life insurance or any other kinds of insurance.
Okay.
And people like who are lived and grew up in the refugee camps, it's too far from them.
Sure.
So when they arrive here, there's a different story.
Yes.
So we are looking for the solutions that the community is facing difficulties.
Yes.
Okay. For example, like if someone passed away, okay, he has no job, he passed away, no family, and we have to collect the money for cremation from the community.
Yes.
So we have to wait the body at the hospital. So because we're still collecting the money.
That's correct.
You know,
That's
those
correct.
kind of situations, you know, we were facing, and you know, unfortunately. So what I'm thinking was part of the solution is the life insurance.
That's correct.
Right.
That's correct.
So as I mentioned, we Burmese far from the insurance. You know, can you tell me different kinds of insurance?
Yes. I'd like to mention 4 different ones,
Okay.
which is I think are basic insurance.
Okay.
Of course, life insurance,
Okay.
health insurance, and then when you own a home, then you got to have a homeowner's insurance, and then last is auto insurance. So to me, those are the basic insurance classes that a typical person might want to purchase.
Okay. So there are different kinds of insurance.
That's correct.
Okay. So how about the agents? Agents like you are, you have to get a different license, or how it works?
That's correct. For a life insurance and health insurance products, I have to have a different license. Example of that, I have approval from the state. If I want to sell the products for home insurance and auto insurance, I got to have a different license for that.
Okay. So we Burmese, had to buy the auto insurance.
Yes.
Because like in Fort Wayne, without car you can't survive.
That's correct.
You can't rely on public buses. It's not reliable, especially on weekends.
Yes.
So they have to buy the auto insurance. And then when the refugees arrive here, they got the Medicaid from the FSSA.
Okay.
After they got a job, they have to buy the medical insurance. So
Yes.
they are very familiar about auto insurance and medical insurance.
Okay.
But they are still far from the life insurance.
Okay.
So can you explain about the life insurance?
Yes, life insurance is a financial product, and it's very critical for a breadwinner, someone who's basically the head of the household,
Okay.
to protect the family in case of a premature death. What that life insurance will do is the death benefit from that product will take care of some of the financial responsibility, such as taking care of the home, of the mortgage,
Okay.
the living expenses, any debt, credit card debts, or anything out there. The benefits of the life insurance can take care of that.
Okay.
And also, again, with the premature death of the household earner, that's a lost income, and then the death benefit will take care of the living expenses.
Let's connect to what I mentioned, or the final expense.
Yes.
If someone passed away,
Yes.
and there is no family, no insurance, and then who take care? The community had to take care about that.
Yes.
Okay, It's one by one, and it's really burden to the community, you know.
Okay.
So if you buy a medical insurance, at least for the final expense. Okay. Well, how much do you think about the final expense in Indiana State?
As far as cost,
Yes.
and it depends on the insurance company.
Okay.
For a final expense, and again, this is to cover burial expenses and things like that.
Okay.
I think at 20,000, 25,000, death benefit would cover for those expenses.
Okay.
And again, it depends on the age of the insured.
Okay.
And it could range from $30, $40, even higher per month on a monthly premium.
Okay. So let me go back. Okay. For example, like final expenses in Indiana State is like 5,000 to 11,000. If is the minimum?
I think so. That's the range as far as the expenses for burial expenses.
Okay. So if in our community, if people can buy at least for the final expense,
Yes.
you know, so like about 20 to 25,000 face amount.
Yes.
You know, it should be great if something wrong. You know, we don't have to be chaos.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And even in the young family, in the household, if the husband passed away, and then the remaining wife and the children cannot be debt with the final expense.
That's correct.
You know,
That's
so
correct.
those
That's
kind
correct.
of stuffs they need to cover about that.
That's correct.
Okay. So how many different kinds of life insurance? Can you explain briefly about that?
Yes. There are two types of life insurance. Well, the first one is term insurance, and the other one is a permanent life insurance. The term insurance basically is the most affordable life insurance. You can buy that on the duration of 5-year, 10-year, 15 years, up to 30 years. Again, the advantage of that is basically it's cheap, okay? But the disadvantage is it's only short term. After you have bought the 5-year plan, let's say, then you have to requalify or purchase another plan to carry over the insurance.
Okay.
Versus the permanent life insurance, that is basically a life for the life of the insured, and that benefit will stay there as long as you pay the premium, and also it will build up cash value where you can take advantage of cash value for other purposes such as an emergency need, anything, kids' education, and any emergency fund expenses, things like that.
You know, when I talk to my people, they said, this money will get after I die, I'm not interested. You know, but for example, like there's a family, they bought a house.
Yes.
The mortgage is for 30 years.
Yes.
If the husband who has a job, if he pass away, they will lose the house.
That's correct.
If they lose the house, they have to move to other area, and the kids have to move to different schools.
Yes.
And then the wife, the housewife, she's not used to go to work, and she has to look for a job. You know, so after the husband passed away, the whole family will be in chaos.
That's correct.
You know,
That's correct.
so to protect this, at least we can buy a life insurance. You know, it will cover the final expense, and it will cover if they have a mortgage.
Yes.
And the amount of money that they can survive for the future.
That's correct.
And then for the kids to go to school.
That's
Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
One good thing that life insurance would do is, again, talking to a life insurance agent, is to figure out how much life insurance do you need. Again, we want to basically protect a family long term.
Okay.
We want to cover all the expenses that's out there, and also leave enough to for the kids' education, also for living expenses.
Okay. So can you little explain about the face value? So if they pass away, how much money they can get?
Yes, that's basically one good thing about life insurance. The face amount, the face value, depending on the needs. Let's say $250,000. That face value will basically go to the beneficiary.
Okay.
And that would take care of, again, all the things that they need to do as far as expenses and things like that.
Okay. So how much for the premiums? Can you explain the correlation between premiums and the face amount?
Yes. Just to, for simple illustration, let's say for a term insurance, let's say a 10-year term insurance for a 30-year-old male, okay, and the death benefit is $250,000. Based on good health, okay, non-smoking, good health, that premium could range from $20 to $30 a month.
So to get $50,000, if he pass away, he needs to invest $20 to $30 a month.
Yes, correct. That's right.
I thought my friends, they can spend the $20 to $30 if they buy a beer or something or other. They go to the movie or rent a DVD, but they don't want to invest $20 to $30 for the life insurance. So it's worth, its benefits. If something wrong, it will cover, protect your family.
That's correct.
Right?
That's correct.
And then another thing is well, sometimes if you want to buy a life insurance, you cannot buy, right?
That's
First
correct.
thing is you feel that you need to buy. Second thing is it's urgent.
Yes.
Because if you are younger, healthy, and non-smoking, your premium will be very low. If you are older,
That's correct.
if your medical condition, it will be expensive.
That's correct. That's correct.
And even they want to buy, sometimes it's not eligible. Can you explain about the medical examination too?
Yes. The life insurance, again, depending on the face amount that you purchase, a lot of times you have to go to medical underwriting. Okay. So when you purchase the life insurance, the insured will basically go through a medical process where they would need urine sample.
Okay.
They would basically take your the basic readings, blood pressure, that kind of thing, blood sample. Okay. And then those items right there will be evaluated by the underwriter.
Okay.
Again, if the person is in good health, non-smoking, then the person will get the best rate. On the other hand, if the person has some medical history, high cholesterol, blood pressure, then again, the premium will be a little bit higher.
As I heard before, sometimes people donate the money to their church or temples.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So some people, they bought a life insurance, and then when they pass away, those money will go to the temple or churches as a donation.
That's correct.
So
that's correct.
So that's what they also can do.
That's great.
Right.
They can use the death benefit and use the churches as as an organization that they can as a charitable organization, and then use that the death benefit face amount as a donation to that organization.
Another last thing, okay, because people have a job and the employer provide the life insurance.
Yes.
Can you differentiate between that they buy from the employer and you buy from the independent agent like you are?
Yes. Typically, when you work for an employer, one of the benefits basically is group life. And then the employer basically will provide you life insurance coverage based on maybe 2 or 3 times of your annual salary. And again, it's very cheap, so you can participate in that program. The disadvantage of that is once you lose your job or you move to another company, then you lose your coverage.
Yes.
Okay. So the advantage of having a flexible life insurance on your own is that when you go to a different employer, then you still have that coverage.
Okay, so for example, at my job, the employer provides the life insurance.
That's correct.
I don't have to pay. I got $20,000.
That's correct.
If I want more face amount, I need to put my money.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And like an independent agent outside, you can also buy, but
That's
it
correct.
might be a little more expensive.
Yes, that's
okay?
correct.
But if you change the job, you have to leave those money.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
But like independent agent, as long as I'm giving the premiums,
yes,
it is still alive.
that's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
So what I would like to say is, in our Burmese community, we are very unfamiliar with the insurances, okay, especially life insurance. But when we arrive in the United States, we need to adapt this culture and how the system works. So we might need to think the life insurance that will protect you and protect your family. Okay, so thank you very much. Thanks, Gary.